Wow, what a start to Cricbuzz live because the three of us are here. The game, of course, is, we're talking about three of us. There's Gaurav Kapur, there's Joy Bhattacharya, there's Harsha Bhogle, who's joining us from Australia. I think so. He could
Australia.
Can't tell from behind him. He could be anywhere right now.
I think he's in Ghatkopar.
I think he's in Chinchpogli. Somewhere between Chinchpogli and Ghatkopar.
Correct.
I think he's somewhere there. Talking with an Aussie accent, so I think... and he also showed us a bottle of Vegemite right now, so maybe he's... yeah. But anyway. But the story today is not us or undisclosed locations or Vegemite. The story is New Zealand and the start that they have given to this Super 12. They were put into bat by Aaron Finch, and boy, have they batted. Yes, it is a decision that Aaron Finch has had a lot of time to regret because New Zealand's got to 200, and even 200 for the loss of 3 wickets. They've got a brilliant start from Finn Allen, who got 42 in 16, so got them to a roaring start. He was there for the first 4 overs of the power play, got them to, I think, 56 in that much time. And then there's Devon Conway, who picked it up from there. 92 not out, just ran out of deliveries in the end. Could have got to 100, maybe if I had 2 more deliveries. But Jimmy Neesham in the end also striking 26 at 200. So they've just ticked all the boxes today and they've got to 200. Your reactions on that first, Joy? This really has been an all-round batting effort.
Textbook performance.
Yeah.
One guy exploding at the start. Once he gets out, the other guy takes over. Williamson just playing sheet anchor at the end. And then one guy to give that last injection towards the end gives you a strike rate of 200.
Yeah.
So, they talk about bathtub curves, Yeah. This is a bathtub curve. So 56 in the first 4, drops 10, and then comes up again 56 in the last 5. Perfectly paced innings. Just look at that. 10.83, 8, 9.4, 11.2.
Yeah, Harsha, that's right, isn't it? If you had to draw a flight map for a perfect T20 batting performance, this would be pretty close to it.
Very much so. Though I must admit, it's the first time I've heard of a bathtub curve. Maybe you could turn it around and say, okay, if you go too slowly, peak in the middle overs, it's a top hat curve or whatever. But the moment Finn Allen gave you a start like that, it made it easier for the others to provide the substance. Yeah. I mean, you could look at it and say, yeah, they went at 14 and over. Did they have to finish at 10 and over? Well, they got 56 on the first 4, but they still got 144. From the next 16 overs. That's 9 and over. That's a 180 game. In Australia, 180 game, you take that most days. So I think they've given themselves a fantastic chance. And I just thought they said, no, we're not going to waste even 1 over to wait and see. Finn Allen, your job is defined. Just go and do it. My only concern watching Finn Allen is all the RCB fans were saying, but he was with us for a while too. Maybe he'll come back again. But I thought he was fantastic. I think he judged very early that you cannot allow the Hazelwoods and Stark to hit a length, to settle in. If they do, they become very difficult to score off. So I'm going up front straight. The moment he realized there's no swing for Stark, he played a big shot. I mean, 42 of 16, he's done his job, really. Yeah,
he's definitely done his job, done more than his job, I guess, because he then makes it easier for Williamson and Conway to get into the game. And that's another part of his job, another part of him getting those quick runs, Joy.
Absolutely. And very rarely will you see a situation. The interesting thing is he didn't dominate strike. Up front, the strike was dominated by Finn Allen. At the back, it was dominated by Neesham. Very rarely do you see a batsman playing 120 balls or around for 120 balls who's played less than 50%.
Yeah.
He played 58 balls.
Yeah.
And that shows you that at both those times, and the second time very unselfishly, when the guy at the other end is going well, they were not at all trying to give him the strike. Or personal landmarks were not the feature at all. They were not even looking at personal landmarks. And that's great. I mean, that's typically New Zealand cricket, and they played it beautifully.
That's a great point, because if you now look at the innings progression, because you know that the blast in the end has come from Neesham, the blast in the beginning has come from Finn Allen, but there's Devon Conway and he's got 92 runs, right? So where has he done that? That's where his importance comes in. Look, it's 7 to 15. He has allowed 7 to 15 to go at about 8.5, 9 and over. By scoring the runs then, because at that point, Williamson was stuck going at a run a ball, Harsha.
I mean, look, he's played half the balls, almost. He's played 58 out of 120. He's played almost half the balls. He scored 92. And if you say, okay, did he score par? You would have got 184, 187, 188, maybe extra couple of balls. You'd still have taken that. I think he's a very, very special player. And he's played an extraordinary innings today because he got those 92 from time to time, if you notice. Whenever you got the feeling, oh, hang on, they've bowled 3 or 4 quiet deliveries. He'd come out to Adam Zampa. If you remember, those 2 sixes of Adam Zampa were very, very tactically played sixes. So he's understood the pace of the game. He's not come in the way of Finn Allen, as you said a little while ago. He's not come in the way of Neesham, but he's played those middle innings very well. And I got to know I got to know Devon Conway a bit during the IPL when we were in the CSK bubble, and he was there for a brief while. He just struck me as someone who's made a long journey. He's come from South Africa to New Zealand. He was prepared not to play any more cricket, got the opportunity. He's a very soft-spoken, grateful person. And he's just saying, look, I didn't think I'd come so far, so I'm enjoying myself. And I think he's one of 2 key players for New Zealand. Him and Trent Bolt are 2 key players. He's delivered. Now if Bolt delivers, I think New Zealand have the opportunity of creating a big upset first up.
He's come a long way, taken New Zealand a long way today, because 200 is a big score when it comes to Australia, to these grounds. And remember, Australia has not had a good time chasing against England of late. So they're looking at this 200 mountain and they're going, but
They haven't had a good time chasing against India in a warm-up match, if you remember.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. They bungled that towards the end as well. Let's have a look at what the bowlers did today for Australia. We have been talking about and hyping up their bowling lineup and all their big bowlers. But today, as we spoke about in the comm box, there was consistent disrespect to everybody.
Yeah, true. But again, you look at that, and I'd have to say against Pat Cummins, what we were talking about at the start of the game, 4 in 46, he's just not. I mean, Kane Richardson, I think somewhere they're missing a trick there, Kane Henderson.
Kane Richardson.
Yeah. They're missing a trick out there. I think, Pat, this is not his best format. And if he goes early, it's difficult for him to rein in the runs because, Australia has this bowling plan which is very different. They don't give, every bowler comes in 2-2-2-2-1. In the first 10, you saw all the 5 guys bowl 2 each.
Correct.
And then they just replicate the plan again. And I don't think they're searching for good overs to give him. And right now, I don't think he's delivering for them, definitely. I think that is an issue that they need to think about. And of course, it's been a terrific day for New Zealand, but Australia, the cracks are showing, and 10 years, 10 months, and 12 days may just come to an end.
That's right. New Zealand hasn't won a game in Australia for a while. But Harsha, just to get your opinion on the kind of lengths that they were bowling, and the bowling changes that Finch did.
It's a very good surface, and there's no swing. And you really want to believe that Melbourne will be different from Sydney. There's no swing. Suddenly you're thinking, okay, how's Bhuvi going to bowl? I'm already thinking of that game. But the moment there is no swing on a true surface, you can hit through the line. And the thing with both Neesham and with Finn Allen was they kept hitting a lot of shots straight, even though the boundaries were long, but they kept backing themselves. Look at the 2 Conway sixes were straight. The Neesham couple of sixes was sort of wide-ish over a wide mid-on. So they were willing to back themselves to hit the boundaries, because the ball was coming at a very good pace. Now, if it's not moving, both Hazelwood, who's about high 130s, Cummins can be high 130s, early 140s, that ball is coming at a very good pace for you to hit if it's not moving. So I agree with Joy, even though it fills me with extraordinary surprise. I've rubbed my eyes in disbelief to see if Joy was talking down a KKR player, but I think he's right.
Yeah.
And a very good friend.
And a good friend as well. But see, that's what we talk about at Cricbuzz Live. What is there, we say it. Right? What's the truth? Must be stated. Jaisa dikhta hai, waisa bolte hain, right? Okay, real quick, just show you the Australia batting that's going to be chasing this 200. They have the pedigree, they have the talent to go. Can they do it today, though? Because it is a big score. There's the captain, Aaron Finch, got some runs finally after a long winter. There were some rays of sunshine for Finchy. Then, of course, David Warner, Mitchell Marsh, Glenn Maxwell, Marcus Stoinis, Tim David, Matthew Wade, and Pat Cummins can hoik the ball here and there as well. And stopping them, the New Zealand bowling. Let's have a look, jump straight to that and see who the New Zealand bowling is. Of course, you have Bolt and Saudi, who are the experienced campaigners. There's Loki Ferguson with his pace, Ish Sodhi and Mitchell Santner with spinning duties. So these are their 5. I'm only showing you these 5 because Australia only used their 5. So maybe New Zealand will also use just their 5 and won't have to go to people like Neesham and Glenn Phillips. Glenn Phillips does everything, right? Wicket keeping, batting, bowling, umpiring, DRS, crowd support.
Supersonic.
He writes a match report as well.
He did the match report, the pitch report.
Report for the team in the end as well.
Yeah, the pitch report. He does the scoring. He does the catering. He drives the team bus. He does everything, Glenn Phillips. But can stop them. New Zealand can stop them or not? Quick call.
I think they can. This is
Yeah?
the best chance. It's a terrific chance.
Come
Because somebody needs to take risks up front.
Yeah.
Finn Allen did that.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the guy? Warner is not a guy who normally takes risks up front.
Yeah.
He plays riskless cricket till he reaches a certain level. So if they bowl well, then somebody takes the risk. It's Aaron Finch.
Okay.
And we need him to score because how will he get his next IPL jersey if he's not?
Oh, he's got 9, hasn't he?
Yeah.
8 or 9 or some such.
9.
Okay. All right. Listen, we got our guesses in for the previous, which was the team score, and as I say actually on the Hindi show, group ki naak kat gayi because nobody got it even close. So we will try again. We will say how many are Australia getting in the power play, since Mr. Bhogle is claiming to be in Australia. We will ask him to do the first guess.
The Chinchapokli Chronicle says
One sec, did you say the Finch Pokely?
59.
Did you say Finch Pokely?
I'm saying 59.
59. Okay.
I will go 66.
66?
हाँ.
अब बड़े bullish हो रहे हैं दोनों.
200 चेस करना है तो करना है, कुछ तो करना है यार.
Okay. Well, then maybe I'll go a little lesser then. I'll go 54. 54, 59.
66.
66. All right. Those are our guesses for the power play. What are yours? Tell us. Hashtag Cricbuzz Live on Twitter. We're keen to hear from you. Right now, we're going to scoot from here. See you at the end of the 10th over with Cricbuzz Combox. A big thank you to Harsha Bhogle and Joy Bhattacharya. I'm Gaurav Kapur. We'll see you in a bit. We're here, remember, all day today because there's 2 matches after Australia and New Zealand. There's also England and Afghanistan, 2 very exciting T20 teams. So it's a good day of action here on the first day of the Super 12s. And we on Cricbuzz Live are here with you for the entire ride because we are your ride or die, brother. Oh, that hit the mic, didn't it? Switch it off. Switch it off.